Oh shit, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, hope you're having a wicked day. In this video I'm going to be analysing a game from the weekend. We were at National League, and in this match we got my team Muscle Warriors versus Manchester United, and at the time Manchester United were second in the league. And basically, well, I'm not going to spoil the result till the end, but you can check out what happened. But anyway, I thought in this video we'd analyse 10 minutes of the game like I've done in previous games before. So if you're enjoying this type of stuff, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But there's enough talking anyway, let's get into the action and let's talk about what happened. Let's take a look, man. Alright, so we've got a free kick here in our own half. We've got first 10 minutes, we're going to only analyse 10 minutes. So see what happens here. Shay's trying to line up. He's thinking what to do. He hits it to Ricken. Ricken lets it roll. And it's just straight back into our corner. And Ricken's read it. Reese and Ricken a bit close there. The ref doesn't give Tom one. We're lucky there. Oh, and he gives it now. Okay. So I'll just explain a little bit about what type of match this is. Manchester United are a better team than us. They have better players. But having the better players doesn't always mean you can win matches. So Manchester United like passing the ball about. We can't pass as well as they can. But what we can do is dribble and fight and battle and make them come down to our level. So that was the tactics of this match. Is to dribble, frustrate them, get in their way. Just basically get in their face and just frustrate them a little bit. And then we want to try counter-attack and score. That's basically the tactics here. So there, United are looking to pass the ball about, we're looking to stop it. Now let's see how it goes. But the problem with playing that type of style is you are going to give lots of fouls and free kicks away. Because 2-on-1s will happen, unfortunately. So here we're just up by the box. Oh, it gets past Ricken. Oh! Good cover there, Ricken and Mitch back there. In the beginning there, the ball gets past Ricken, but Mitch is there. Hits Mitch's chair, rolls behind and almost a tap in, but Ricken's read it, so that's good. Alright, so if I'm Mitch here, I'm going to try hit this to Shay. Again, let me get my mouse like usual. So you can see here the goalkeeper's taking a kick. If you look here, he's completely open. What's his name? Shay, sorry. Shay's open here, so if you can find him there, that's what I would do. Also, if you look at the Manchester United setup, they are setting up like how West Brom do with that triangle setup I was telling you about. So he sits here, he's sitting here, so this side's blocked off, and they leave this side open. They're leaving this side open, so if he hits it here, it's a trap. So you got to think about these things when you're playing, right? Just because Shay is the open player does not mean he's the player you should hit, because the other team are actively trying to make you go there. So that's what you got to be careful of. But if Mitch hits it quick enough to Shay, you can get out of the situation, but the ball has to be good. So let's see what it does here. He gives it to Ricken. Ricken trying to flick it, that's good, and Shay's unlucky there. So that's a great way to get out of your own half. If Shay can hit that, you can keep the ball up in their half and then you might be able to score a goal here. So the setup is here. I'm surprised United don't use the goalkeeper in this position. Okay, so there's a substitute. Shay comes off and Jacob comes on for our team. And Ricken's read it to Reese. Yeah, decent, but there. I'm going to take that back for a second. I'm going to take that back, right? So Reese here hits his ball. Yeah, so I'm talking about what I'm thinking, right? So Ricken hits this ball. Reese hits it to Ricken. Now if I'm Ricken, I'm turning my chair sideways and having a shot. Because Ricken here is facing forward, he can only front bumper it. But if you look, there's nobody around him. So effectively, if Ricken goes up to the ball, stops, turn your chair sideways, and let the ball roll behind his chair, full hit, and have a shot. But instead he goes with the front bumper. So these are the little things, Ricken, if you're watching. Obviously, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I think if you can get your chair sideways here and you can have a strike, that's what separates us from the top middle players. The middle players in this situation, you can see here you've got all the time in the world. You could literally turn on that and have a shot. And you never know, with the power you've got, Ricken, you can easily score this. So this is one thing I would notice here. If you can full spin, like I said, that could go anywhere. You never know, it could come off the keeper and you might have a rebound, who knows. That's just a goal kick for United. Alright, so takes it to the middle flicks it, and let me go back there. What happened there? Because to me it looks like Reece just lets it go, so let's take a look. Right, so the ball flicks it here. I don't know why Reece doesn't reverse and take this ball. He just sort of lets it go. So from there, I'm trying to be aggressive there. And we rotate around. So there again, I'd like to see Ricken flick this to Jacob on the side here. He takes it on the dribble. Again, now perfect place to flick. If you can flick this back to Reece in the middle there, Ricken, we've got a chance to score. But he's battling, and they've won the throw, unlucky. So that's our throw in here. So the plan here obviously is Reece taking the throw in there. He's going to try to give it to Ricken, and Ricken's going to try hit Jacob. Now the problem with the setup is, let's just play it to see, does that number 19, does he move forward? No, it doesn't. Okay. So if we're trying to run that setup, right, so Reece is here, trying to get the ball to Ricken here. This ball from Reece to Ricken has to be powerful, because he's going to number 19 here, we'll cut it out.
I just like this.
So Reece has to drill it to Ricken, and Ricken has to hit Jacob. Now if I'm Jacob here, I'm coming forward just a little bit to this white line here, just to give yourself an angle. Your chair's sort of facing inwards. Yeah, you want to face your chair along the line so you're parallel. So face forward, don't face to the side, face forward. So then if Ricken can hit the angle, right now if your chair's like this, that ball has to come here, perfectly here. Whereas if you're facing forward, the ball can go near your chair and you've got a chance to hit it. Does that make sense? Well, I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, this will get cut out. Yeah, here, see? So number 19 cuts it out, but that ball's gotta be harder. So that's something as a team, our set piece routines, we need to work on them, because we're not getting the explosive power that we're looking for here. So it goes out for throw-ins, our ball. And here we're set up in a nice triangle formation, but Ricken and Jacob, so these guys here need to be very careful. If they get closer, that is a 2-on-1, so you need to keep your distance. So let's see what the plan is here. He gives it, we miss it. Okay, unfortunately that's probably a 2-on-1. Yep, ref just gave it as a throw, but there you see we need to be very careful with the set pieces. You can't be scuffing them there. Okay, so it's good defensive shape. Mitch is there, Ricken's there, take it on. Reece needs to reverse it. Jacob hit that. Decent play there. We're trying to take it, get around it. Yeah, good dribbling. Battle him, take it on. So here, Jacob turns his chair inwards. What he needs to do is continue taking the ball down to here. Yeah, because if in this position here, you can't do nothing with the ball. If you go down the line here, then Ricken can get to the box here, and all Jacob's got to do is flick the ball out to Ricken. Does that make sense? So really, as wingers, your whole point of your game is to flick. Alright, so you want to get into the corner so you can flick the ball out. That's the whole point of being a winger. When we come inside, it's a decent flick. Ricken cushions it. Again, a good battle going on here. That's our ball because we're on the inside, but the ball's kept in. Play it off him, and that's great play by Ricken. If you can't flick, if you can't pass, and you have to dribble, that's good. But with the dribble, you must have something out of it. You must hit it off him, win a corner, win a throw, and win something. Right, so again, we're going for this deep setup. And Mitch is coming up. And the board there is terrible. So I'm sorry if you're watching, Jacob, but that's it's gotta be better, mate. That's a terrible. It's a decent pass, but the ball's never getting there. And the ref said the keeper's out of the box. So we've got the 2-on-1 rule in the game. So if you're too close to each other, the ref will pull a free kick. But the 2-on-1 rule does not apply to the keeper if he's in the box. If any part of the if his part of his chair is outside the box, the ref will give a 2-on-1. Because as soon as the keeper leaves the box, he becomes effectively a normal player, and the 2-on-1 rule is in play. So he comes out, it's a 2-on-1. Well spotted by the ref, I must say. A lot of refs don't always spot that the keeper's out of the box. So we've got set piece here, and here's a good chance. Anytime you got a free kick around the opposition's box, it's always a good opportunity to score if you play it right. So we've got Reese here. Now Reese is what I call the blocker. His job is to block, get in the way, essentially piss him off. Get in his face, block him in, stop the keeper from moving so he can't get to it basically. You're the blocker. And then you've got the taker here in Jacob, and then you got Rick in here, and he's essentially the shooter. So there's a gap in the middle here, and there's a gap here. Alright, so let's play it and let's see what happens here. So Jacobs taking the ball, the refs making sure they're 5 meters away, which, see? So the keeper has to stay there. He cannot come any forward than that. So this is good news for Reese. You can block him in. If I'm Reese, I'm actually trying to get tighter. And here, because Ricken's in the box, this guy here can't get any closer. He cannot enter the box. If he enters the box, it's a 3 in the box and it's another free kick. So Rickens essentially knows that he's in the box. Nobody can touch him really in this position. So he's essentially free to shoot this. Ricken into Jacob into Ricken, and what a shot that is. Absolute power shot. I'm just going to go back so we can see that again. Jacob with a great little ball to Ricken, and Ricken just slams it in. What a shot, and the keeper can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to pause it here just before he strikes. And let's get the mouse up. So this guy here, he doesn't know where Ricken's going to shoot, right? Because there's a gap at the front and a gap behind. So he's essentially gambling where he's going to shoot. And you can see in this position, if you hit the ball hard enough, it's a goal, man. And that's what Ricken does. Ricken really hits this ball and it goes straight between the keeper and the defender. And that's a textbook, that's a beautiful goal there. And doing that against second in the league is not easy. I must stress Manchester United are quite a good team, and we've just scored against them. So great, so there you go, Ricken shot. He's our top goal scorer. He's been on very good form this season. So good work, mate, good work. So kick off again. Reese is straight in there. I'm not sure why the linesman's... What's happened there? They're making them retake the kickoff. Okay, I've never seen this before. Not sure why. Maybe he's encroaching. Number 19 keeps going over the halfway line. He's not allowed to do that until the ball's hit. Okay, so we want to think about that there. Sorry, I'll go back again right here. So the ball comes to Ricken here, and he sort of swings at it. Not sure why he did that. If I was you, just take the touch and dribble it out. Don't flick this out, because you've essentially given the other team the ball back, and they're trying to attack now. And that's the 2-on-1 with you and Jacob. Did you give it? Yeah, he did. See, 2-on-1. So that all happened because of that little flick. So I reckon if you're watching, I'm sure you are, just take that and dribble it, my friend. Because that puts you into trouble. And you've just scored. So after you just scored, you want to be safe. You don't want to be messing about like that, giving them opportunities, because you are most vulnerable when you've just scored. Your confidence is up. You think, yeah, we can do this. That's when the other team will score. You need to be very careful with what you're doing here. So we've given them a free kick. The keeper's come up. It's a decent hit across. Ricken's read it. Reese is backing out, make sure there's no 2-on-1. It's a good dribble battle here. That's it, go on Reese, that's you. Unlucky you didn't. If Reese didn't see that, somebody needs to shout at him. Say, Reese, your ball. Ideally, Ricken want you to be shouting at him there. That's a good flick, but I don't think Reese can see it. So if you just give him a shout, a bit of communication, he might be able to take that. But either way, that's nasty there. In my opinion, that should be a potential yellow card, because the other player does run Ricken into the wall. And here, Ricken was fine. He's not hurt or anything. He just needs adjustment. Because with a hit like that, your whole body moves around. Sometimes you need to readjust your seating position. But yeah, number 19 there is very fortunate not to get a booking, in my opinion. Obviously, if you ask him, he'll probably say otherwise. But so here, I just want to speak about this type of set piece, right? Ricken's taking it, and Reese is here. But ideally, what you want is Ricken to hit it to Reese, Reese to hit it back to Ricken, and Ricken to try to find Jacob here, right? But the problem is Jacob's too far away. So if I'm Jacob, I'll come up maybe to this black semicircle line here, this curved line. If he sits here, then he gives Ricken an angle. But then if Jacob does sit there, he needs to be wary that if Reese does hit it across, Jacob needs to reverse and get ready for a shot. Yeah, so I want Jacob to come forward, but he can't stay there. He must be ready to move. Because if Reese doesn't hit it back to Ricken and Ricken hits it across, Reese can just try to fire it between the gap here, and Jacob's got to tap in. So he needs to be wary that whichever way the ball's gonna go, he needs to be ready for it. But I just think if Ricken wants to give it to him, he can't. He's too deep. Number 19 here, just outside the box here. He's gonna cut out the pass every single time. So, but let's see what they do here. So there, Reese tried to fire it across, didn't quite work. It's good rotation there. So Jacob's ready. I found Ricken here. I need a flick. Plays well here. That's good. And there. So once again, I'm gonna go back. Ricken, he does everything perfect here. But when he gets around the ball here, so in this position here, all he needs to do is flick the ball. But instead what he does flick it, but he takes it on the dribble. And what I want you to do is, instead of he gets around the ball, turns his chair and goes with the ball. But instead what I want him to do is just flick it out. So I'll move my mouse around, my mouse is in the middle, yeah. But here, just flick it, Jacob's on. See? So he takes the ball, turns, and all he needs to do is dribble. And I don't know why Reese is here. Say if Ricken did flick it, Jacob's here. Why is Reese? Reese, you need to be here, my mate, so that Jacob's got angle to hit you. So even if Ricken does flick it, we're not set up for it. And this is another thing that we need to work on, is setting your chair in the correct positions, getting ready to shoot. Early on this weekend, same thing happened to me. I was on the end of a corner, and basically my job was to score. My chair was in the wrong place, so that when the ball came to me, I wasn't ready for it. And that's the same thing happening here. We're just not ready. Our chair's not set in the correct position. So yeah, ideally I want to flick there, but at the same time, maybe he didn't see the flick. I don't know. And here, look, we're set up so slow. Ricken's turned around. If I can go back, I'll go back with the arrow. Here. Ricken here turns around and drives back. And if for me, Ricken just needs to play in reverse. Because by the time he turns around, gets the position, turns around, United have really hit the ball. They've set up much quicker than we have. So little things like that, we need to be quicker. Lucky he messes the ball up there. Number 10, the Manchester United guy, I'm not sure what he was doing there. But you put a bit of pressure on people tend to crack. That's a soft throw in. So let's see what the setup is here. What's the thought process? So okay, so there's another thing. We're doing the same setup once again. This is what, the third or fourth time in a row we've done the same setup, and everybody's too far away from each other. The ball's never getting there. I don't know what the hell that was by Reese. If you're watching, sorry mate, but I'm not sure. I'll have to take it back again. So the ball comes to you, just swing this back to Ricking. I'm not sure what that touch was, what your thought process there, because you're in the corner. If you dribble it, you can't really go anywhere else. There's nothing you can do. So if I'm you, just hit that back to Ricking and we can try to play the ball. But instead, I'm not sure what that was. So Ricking takes it on the dribble. Good battling. Jacob needs to be careful here. It's good rotation. Now Reese and Jacob are in the same place. Not sure what's going on here. Jacob and Reese are doing the same thing. So again, not sure what's going on there. That's our throw in. Once again, we're doing the same exact setup that we've done the last 5 times. Again, Ricking sitting deep. The ball's not going to get to him because number 19 is going to take off him. He does well to get this. Gets around the ball and flick this to Jacob there. Oh, I'm not sure what that was, Ricking. So let's take that back again, right? Here. As soon as Ricking's got this ball here, all you need to do is get around the ball. So move forward a bit more. Then you can flick this to Jacob. And Jacob can get it across for Reese to try shoot. Yeah. But instead, not sure what Ricking does here. I think he's trying to find Reese here, but the problem with that is this United player is right in the middle. That ball's never in a million years ever going to get to him here. So I'm not sure what the thought process was. I like that he tried. Now what's lucky is if number 10 here, the Manchester United player, if he plays in reverse here, if number 10 reverses his tray, he's got a chance to shoot. But instead he turns around. And effectively not much can happen here. Yeah, Mitch does well, closes the angle. And that's just a great defensive set piece there, defensive play there. But yeah, I'm going to stop it there because that's literally 10 minutes. I don't want to go on and on and on. This video will take forever. But yeah, the final score ends 2-1 to Muscle Warriors. In the second half, we get a penalty. And we buried the penalty, so 2-0. In the last 10 minutes, we conceded a sloppy, stupid little goal. But it ends 2-1. We beat Manchester United. And what that means is I think United finished 3rd overall in the season instead of finishing 2nd. They could have even won it, but they bottled it towards the end. And yeah, a lot of United players, they're really angry. Some of them are crashing into barriers and stuff. And I heard some mad stories about some of their parents going mad. I don't know what was going on there. But it's crazy to see. But yeah man, that's literally the video. I'm going to stop it there. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But that's going to do it for me anyway. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.